She was a star on Desperate Housewives and in the movie Selena. We lost Lupe Ontiveros last year. Here's a look back at our exclusive interview here on Comunidad del Valle. Let's welcome now Lupe Ontiveros to Comunidad del Valle this morning here. Lupe, buenos días and welcome
Buenos
to our
días
show.
a todo el Valle. Buenos días.
Oye, mira, when you are at the market, is it the first thing that a fan asks, is it, oh my God, you're the lady who shot Selena?
That's right. Yeah, what can I say? I can't deny it. No, they'll say, you shot Selena. I said, no, I didn't shoot nobody. I did the movie. Well, you look like her. Yes, there was me. Didn't you notice? My name was up there. But it's really funny because the children will stare at me, little girls or whatever. Nomás me empiezan a ver el ojo así por orilla, and I said, I know where they're going. I went into a restaurant one time, restaurant mexicano ahí en Pico Rivera, and I went in, and there was this little baby on a high chair. Right? She's in the high chair, right? Come in and I sit down to make my order, and her parents are sitting in the booth. Y entonces la niña turns around, proceeds to turn around and look at me like. Pero la chiquilla me estaba viendo que me. But she was 3 or 2 or whatever, you know. And then, I you know, first of all, le hacía cariñito, pero la chavalilla estaba así. Like, oh, no, are you down? And the father says, you know, she knows who you are. That was awesome.
What's your reaction to that?
I thought he was wonderful. I mean, you know, we're in the public eye, like you're in the public eye, you know, so you better be good. Now, what I don't like about the public eye is I can't be bad. I have to be nice to people all the time. I love him. Hey, you know, de eso se trata la vida.
Así como somos.
Alguien me dijo fundraiser. Oh, yeah.
You've done so many films. Did it start with El Norte or what? It's probably started way before that.
No, yo estaba haciendo. When I started my first film, I played a prostitute. And then
I don't know how to respond.
Well, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Pero you do what you got to do. What can I tell you, you know? And then I moved on. I started as an extra, really, as an extra. And I was very, I guess I must have been así muy aventadilla y todo. And I went to study. And then I found an agent. And I was beating on doors. As a matter of fact, I was walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard, and I got a proposition. I mean, I was just a normal person, you know. Pero because Hollywood Boulevard then is a dangerous territory. I mean, ahí hay mucho negocio, you know, and somebody approached me and I said, my God, what am I doing here? This guy, I didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know what he meant, but then later I said, oh my God, he was propositioning me. But that's what I get for walking the streets in Hollywood to become an actress. But eventually I did it, found an agent, and tú sabes, una cosa otra, lots of television. And I've got 20, the website says about 20 films. I have about maybe 24 now, as we speak, since the website.
With big names, co-starring with big names.
Bueno, fíjate que sí me ha ido muy bien. I'm very proud of the people that I've worked with and for. Steven Spielberg and the Goonies, Woody Allen, Alfonso Arau, my best buddies, Cheech Marin, and it's a wonderful family that we have created all through these years. You know, somos compañeros, somos hermanos, somos Latinos. I think the most beautiful part, like right now I'm doing Greetings from Tucson, and there is such a beautiful variety of 50-50 popsicles, I call them. The writer is a 50-50 popsicles. Yeah, his mother's Anglo and the father is Mexicano. And one of the other characters, the young people in the show, is another little 50-50 popsicle.
Oh, that's incredible.
Pero somos mexicanos, somos chicanos, somos cubanos y boricuas.
Wow.
In that show, Greetings from Tucson.
That's outstanding. I mean, you're saying I'm with Nicholson and I've starred with all these people, but they're probably saying the same thing. Hey, I was co-starred with Lupe Ontiveros.
Pues más les vale que digan, yo soy cosa buena, you know, unforgettable. I tell you, the Oscars, the year of the Oscar con ese maldito perro, you know, I didn't make it. I was in the thing when la fregadera, when he was introduced, and Nicholson. And when he was going to get the Oscar as Best Actor, and they chose my scene with him, and it was wonderful. And ya me moría. And then I didn't even get invited to the parties, but I andaba el infeliz perro.
No,
The dog went to the parties. I didn't get to go to the parties.
We had the Culture Clash, the comedy troupe here a couple of weeks ago. No, they really are.
On 4 feet
no los
here.
podía controlar aquí en el,
Oh, they're
en el estudio.
terrible.
Pero they're talking about the Kingpin and George Lopez, the two programs that are making it right now on mainstream TV.
They didn't mention it. Deja que los vea. You wait till
La
I see
Madrina
them.
te nombraron, La Madrina de,
La Madrina.
the actors. Your take on the fact that there's only those two programs right now portraying Latinos in whatever light it may be, but portraying them nonetheless.
Well, let me tell you, I think there's some set programming coming in the fall. For one, I can mention Hunter's going to have the chief. His name is Mike Gomez. There's The Shield con este muchachito Martinez, Benito Martinez. There's several characters that are decent, vamos a decir. You know what I'm saying? That are lead characters, part of the regular cast ensemble y todo eso. Es poco a poco va la cosa. Ben Bratt, for years, he was on that show, ¿me entiendes? Pero Resurrection, I believe, is not coming back. But American Family, sí, and we're on there. And the Brothers Garcia. Esos los chavalitos también. I mean, they deserve a lot of, you know, they're little pioneers, those little kiddies, with that show.
Pero tú comenzaste a desgranar la mazorca.
Bueno, yo encueré el elote desde hace mucho tiempo. No, pero it was... all of us. There was a lot of us there that, you know, the experience with Zoot Suit.
Right.
Having seen Tony Plana, that is now directing, Eddie, and all these figures, Evelina Fernandez that wrote Luminarias. It's very exciting to see ya los veterancitos going on to higher and higher things. I want to go on to produce.
Qué bueno.
And a lot of people are wanting to go in and direct and what have you. Pero se tiene que dar uno la mano.
¿Verdad?
Como en todo. You know, we don't function without each other. And I'm sorry to say that we don't also support our own projects either, like Real Women Have Curves. And that's a question a lot of people ask me. I mean, how are Latinos doing? Well, we're going to do as good as you will help us do.
That's true.
Because we do our job. We do a good job.
Si no van a verme, entonces.
Si no van y pagan, oye, ¿me quieres que te la ven, que te la dé a gotas o qué? You want me to come and force feed you? No se va a valer.
No, es cierto. We're talking about. She was such a firecracker, Lupe Ontiveros. Up next on Comunidad del Valle, what she says she wanted on her tombstone before she died. Stay with us. We'll leave you now with the rest of our interview with the late and legendary Lupe Ontiveros when she sat with us on Comunidad del Valle. Buenos días. Just received the Maverick Spirit Award from the Cinequest Film Festival in San Jose. What does that mean for you?
Bueno, te voy a decir de eso.
Aparte de todos los Oscars que has recibido.
Ah, sí, cómo no. Bueno, los Oscars han sido en carne y hueso, ¿no? El encueradito, no, todavía no me lo dan. No, the Maverick Award is a very distinguished award in recognition, as it reads, of that talent, you know, that takes a step from the norm to create and risk in their own careers and find their road to their art. You know what I'm saying? Distinguished recipients, James Woods, Kevin Spacey, unas palabras muy mayores, tú sabes, Lalo Schifrin, Luis Valdez. I mean, it goes on. I think it's about 12 now, up to now. And I feel very proud because I needed to confirm how many female Latinas have received it, and they said I was the first one. And that is an honor for me. Cinequest, gracias.
Wow. I mean, I guess is it about time that we're recognizing, not we as Latinos, because I think we do that to a certain extent, but maybe the mainstream film producers are recognizing the talent that we Latinos have? You
know, I think the noise with me started from Sundance when we won the awards over there. It's really amazing how word gets around, ¿me entiendes? But it shouldn't be just word getting around. Or that because you got recognized on that. It's the work not the word, the work that should speak for the artist. And in my case, that's all that speaks for me. because of the years that I put in, into the business and what have you. And, there's critics that have come up to me and been very, very kind and generous. You have to take it with a grain of salt. You can't believe everything you read about yourself. They may call me beautiful and gorgeous. Puro pedo. Mentiras.
Well, you're like a somebody's regular tia. I mean, you're.
Claro, si yo soy chusma. I'm part of the labor force. I'm part of the blue collar community. I identify with that.
And you were a social worker once.
Sí.
Do you attribute it to that, or
18 years.
O
no, I attribute
it
to it's just my outlook on life. I'm just very realistic about the way I look at life. I was brought up to be very humble and very proud to be also, and all the other elements that go into creating a character, a personality. I must have been rebellious. My mother said I couldn't have a boyfriend. I had three. I had three boyfriends.
At the same time?
Yeah, me dejaba uno y me trepaba al carro del otro. Anyway, but, in terms of the upbringing that I had at El Paso, Texas, wonderful place to grow up, Tejana. I have an expression about Texas, pero vale más no decirlo. No sé, bueno, se vale, ¿qué tanto se va? You can always edit it out.
Well, ¿se puede bleep?
Nah. Mira, yo te voy a decir esto, what I've done in my career. And you better not bleep this out, because it's important.
Go ahead.
And it is this, that when I die, ahí en el tombstone va a decir, here lie Lupe Ontiveros, who make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Because that's exactly what I've done with my career, in terms of what I've been given and the material that I've had to struggle with all these years. And I'm very proud of that.
But it's good chicken salad, though.
Pues it's the best. Sin gallina, fíjate, la hice.
Oye, ¿y no te cansas?
Que si me canso.
You seem tireless.
No me canso.
¿No te cansas?
No, hasta ahorita, bueno, falta que me pegue el tren, pero no, it's beautiful. I am enjoying my life. Last year we traveled everywhere we went, and it just felt so good that film, and it's our film, tú sabes, it's a film that was a film that was made by women, females, femeninas, tú sabes, at HBO. And my hat's off to HBO. They had the cojones to do it. And we've been complimenting HBO all this evening with CineQuest, because see, independent films is what this film festival is all about. And if it wasn't for independent films, I wouldn't be sitting here getting this award. You understand? Mainstream doesn't want me. Okay, it's their loss. That's the way I saw it.
Es cierto.
Lots of television, but never stopped me at all. And like I said, right now I'm having a great time. I've received recognitions, ahora, right and left, really. And before that with Chuck and Buck, tú sabes. New York Board of Review, Critics Review.
That is outstanding.
Very, estaba Julia Roberts won Best Actress, and I won Best Supporting Actress.
That's wonderful.
¿Qué más quiero? and the award at Sundance had never been given to, it's not a category. The jury creates it if they feel that it's warranted by a performer.
No way.
Yes, sir. Yes, way.
Way. Pues felicidades.
Gracias, muy amable.
Siendo tejana, when the Selena thing happened, did it strike you like it struck everybody else, especially in Texas?
Pues, I didn't know who Selena was. Half the world didn't know who Selena was until her death, really. I mean, it's so awful to say that. Pero she was a product of Texas, la música tejana y qué sé yo. And I was in Arizona doing a play. I was doing Real Women Have Curves in Arizona. And I remember listening on the radio, and her music, the first hit song that she had. You know what really I loved about her was that she was bilingual.
¿Verdad?
I felt so proud because she was singing padrísimo in español, and then she would shift over to English, and I said, órale, se vale. It's beautiful to hear a star like that. And I came back to LA, and I was watching TV, and all of a sudden she came on. It was her video on the first song. A month or two later, she was dead.
Wow.
Yeah, I never thought in my life that I would be a part of that until I saw la Yolanda Saldívar when she was walking down the hall, and I said, pues es una enana.
¿Quién más?
I'm in. I'm a shoo-in,
you got
4'11". I had to gain 40 pounds to look like her.
All right. Well, we're so happy that you were able to join us this morning. Un mensaje a tus fans en El Valle.
Bueno, siempre que vengo para acá, mi estimado público, me siento muy orgullosa de mi gente, porque aquí está donde el alma, el corazón, de su labor, de la pizca, del fío. I will always stand to support the rights of the farm workers. I did it when Cesar was alive. I got to meet Cesar. I did it for Dolores Huerta, and I will continue to do it because that's the right thing to do.
Bien dicho. Thank you so
Y
much,
así es
Lupe.
que cuando yo lo necesite, más les vale que aquí estén.
Gracias, Lupe. Aquí
Thank
es
you.
tu casa.
Thank you.
Gracias.